Hello and welcome. I'm back again. I thought I'd do some commentary on my IRL highlights from the race on Monday. This is round 2 in the championship. You've probably seen I put highlights up of round 1 in France. They weren't commentated or anything, but I thought I'd just hop on the old commentary and see how it goes down. Let's just straight into it, I guess. Banker run was 2.6. That was it was fairly decent banker. Second run improved slightly to a 0.5. It's just about dialing myself into it really. It's quite easy to invalidate and everything around here. This is third run. I was 10th and a bit up, but I'm not sure what happened with Sandbaum and someone else there. It was a little bit distracting, so I lost a little bit of time. And then through the final 2 corners, it was pretty poor. So that was that. Ideally, I wanted to be doing a 0.4 or 0.3 would have been nice. So let's see what I can do on the final run now. Coming out of the final corner to start the final run of the session. And let's see how we go into the first corner. Now you want to look on the left hand side for the 100 metre board. After you pass that, you brake down. Try and hit as much of the curb as possible. We lost the rear end a little bit there. About 300s down, so I think this first section is going to be a 0.7, which is not ideal. It's not the fastest. You want to be a low 0.6 at least, but this corner is pretty nice. We'll get on that corner. Opt to stay in second gear here for the traction. Normally I go into third on a lot of corners like that, but seconds need to work nicely. Coming down into, technically it's turn 4, braking on the curb nicely, down to second gear, up to third, car on the inside, but that's fine. We gain quite a lot of time through there. A 10th and a half up, coming into this middle sector split. I was quite good through this middle sector, quite high downforce setup, so carried quite a lot of speed. Lost a little bit of time on the delta compared to the previous run on that corner, but we're still nearly 2 tenths up as we come into the right hand. And now second to last corner, it's all about commitment here. And the last corner, this could be a decent lap if we get it in. Oh no, we've validated. Difficult. It would have been a 2.3, so that would have been a decent lap, but yeah, that's really annoying. I don't know if you can see my middle sector on that run, a 27.8, which was a PB for me by a long way. The other 2 sectors weren't amazing, but yeah, there was definitely a lot of time in that. But thankfully, we do just about get pole from KJ and Cliffy. So jumping straight into the start of what was going to be the race, it turned out not to be. As you can see, KJ gets a ridiculous start. This lobby was glitched, so that's why he got the start. I didn't really notice at the time. I thought he might have jumped it or something, but yeah, it was one of those strange glitches on this game where people would get lights different times, and someone left, I think. But anyway, this is the real race. So let's go to 4 to 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix, and the lights are out, and we go away. And it's a good start from KJ Elting on the inside. He's going to get me into turn 1, 3 wide behind, but KJ leads into turn 1. Bit of contact with the cars behind, and that's already given me and KJ the 1 second gap we need to the DRS. As you know, the DRS is quite powerful around this track, so to get that gap was quite nice. But now I've got KJ in front of us, so our aim now is obviously going to be to get past him. The race pace was looking fairly decent from what I remember. My aim was really to look after the ERS quite a lot, because that's been an issue I've had recently. Coming to the end of lap 2, KJ pulled a slight gap on me, but I'm pretty sure we do the fastest lap here, so we're comfortably in the DRS at 5.6. Half of that obviously to do with the fresh tyres, so the times are slightly faster, but we do stick with KJ. And it was about a little bit later on in the stint, obviously we called to lap 5. Started to notice he was struggling a fair bit as we come through turn 1 here. Nearly lost the car. That was a scary moment, but yeah, he was, I would say, slightly slower at this point in the race, but I had quite a high downforce setup on, and I wasn't really managed to get anywhere near sort of on the straight. As you see on the exit, he'd pull away. Even if I used the overtake mode, I would struggle to catch him. So anyway, we put on to the lap 12. I was planning on doing the opposite of whatever he did here. So if he pit, I'd stay out. If he stayed out, I'll pit, sort of thing. As we go in, because he doesn't pit. Absolutely attacking this pit entry, very close to speeding, but we do get it down perfectly. And we are going to go onto the hard tyres to take them to the end. It's quite a difficult one stop here. I think You want to be hitting like lap 12, 13 to the hards, for the hards to make it to the end. Obviously, because we had the fresher tyres from the start of the race, it was a little bit easier on the tyres, which I think is why pretty much everyone stayed out apart from us. And as I come out onto the track now, as you can probably see, we do have a little bit of traffic about 2.5 seconds in front of us, which hopefully does not affect us too much. But we do catch that traffic, and by lap 15 you can see KJ pits actually quite a bit later, and he comes out on the mediums, so he's going to try and take the mediums to the end, which I was not convinced was going to be the right strategy, but I guess you'll see if that plays out. We get past Scopefielder, who's yet to pit, and then we've got another 3 in front. It'd be quite nice for us to get through these fairly quickly, so KJ doesn't get onto the back of us too quickly with those medium tyres, but we didn't really gain much on that straight. I mean, we used overtake mode, but just the train didn't really gain much. But out of the first corner we get a decent exit, put it into overtake mode, and looks like the Ferrari doesn't bother, he just lets us go. So we've got 2 more cars in front to get through now. KJ did make it past Scopefielder, so he is now behind the Ferrari that's behind me. Down the straight, I think we get this Red Bull here, which is quite nice. Here we go on the inside, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the pace was good, in practice anyway. Obviously, KJ's definitely been the standout so far, obviously in France as well, so I was hoping to pull away, but I did not expect, as I said before, the medium tyres to be used, and I was thinking it was going to be quite a struggle for him to get to the end of the race, actually. We get past Nathan here, the final car for us to pass before we get back into the race lead, and then KJ, I'm pretty sure, gets through pretty much straight away as well. So it's going to be us versus KJ. Ideally, you want to keep KJ behind as much as possible, because we skip on to lap 21 even, and we have a safety car. To this, when this happened, I was thinking, oh no, we're going to stay out. KJ is going to be on the mediums. He's going to take to the end really easily. But thinking about it a little bit more, thought, you're coming for the soft tyres. We can take the soft tyres, 12, 13 laps after the safety car comes in. It should be quite comfortable. It's a good job we did, because everyone came in. Interestingly enough, KJ, I'm not sure if he did that by accident or on purpose, but he went to the medium tyres again. We'll see, obviously. The softs will go off fairly quickly, so the mediums might be a good idea, but we get out just in front of Warris, and KJ's behind Warris, which is quite an advantage for us. Just as does stay out on the mediums to try and take them to the end. As we skip on to the safety car restart now, ideally I just wanted to get past Justas and try and build a little bit of a gap before KJ got past Warris, and hopefully with these soft tyres pull a little bit of a lead out and run away with it really. But as we come through turn 1 now, getting very close to the back of Justas now, using all the overtake modes to try and get through, but surprisingly wasn't really gaining anything on the straight, so we have to sit back for now. Round turn 3, I was pretty strong on this corner all race, but also when you're behind another car, it's quite difficult to get close out of that corner. Put into overtake again, quickly realised I wasn't going to make the move there, so we wait another lap. Another fairly decent run through turn 1, but I'm pretty sure the Haas doesn't bother with overtake mode this time. We do. Go around the outside, and it should be easy into the braking zone on the soft tyres, and that is that. So we've now got a gap to pull away, and hopefully secure this win. To do the fastest lap on that lap as well. Use quite a lot of overtake to try and secure the fastest lap point, because obviously the tyres were going to be at their best at that point. But we skip on to the lap 26, and we do get a penalty, our first penalty of the race. It wasn't too bad, because KJ did have a penalty behind, so I wasn't too worried. But I did pick another 2 warnings up fairly quickly, so that did sort of get me worried. It was coming to the last lap, I was quite worried I was going to get another penalty. Interesting to note, TTG Nathan in 3rd place doesn't have a penalty, and if you can see the gap, it's 2.9 seconds, 3.0, so I was really conscious on this last lap to make sure that I didn't get one more warning, which obviously would result in another penalty, but at the same time not allow Nathan to get too close to us. Otherwise he would have won the race. So obviously taking it easy, but also needing to push around these final few corners. As we come around the final corner now, the gap's gone up slightly, and we are going to win the Austrian Grand Prix for round 2 in IRL. I was really happy with that one. Had to definitely push for it. As you can see, Nathan finished 4 attempts off us in the end, so it wasn't nothing easy by any means. But yeah, a really enjoyable race. I'm happy with how it went. The pace has been a lot better in this race than it has been in previous, so really happy about that. In terms of the standings, I take the lead now, I believe, after Harry had quite a poor race. When it gets later on in the season, I'll put the standings up on the screen, but that is that. As you can see, the results of the race there. 4 attempts to Nathan in second place, who was sort of P15. So that's really impressive. But yeah, I've been rambling on too long now, so I'll end the video here. Might do commentary again for the remaining race, or might not. It depends how this goes down and whether I can be bothered, to be honest. So that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.